At least 23 bodies have been retrieved from River Enziu after a school bus was swept away by flash floods. The passengers of the ill-fated bus were traveling from Mwingi town to Nu in Mwingi East for a wedding ceremony. The vehicle went into the river through the front part, and those who were rescued alive were holding onto the upper part of the vehicle. We then dived into the water so as to rescue them. We used ropes and poles to get them out. Joyous Mtua, who is one of the survivors, reveals that he has lost about 15 family members in the accident.
I have lost like 15 family members because of negligence and poor performance of our politicians, our leaders.
The governor of Kitui County has cautioned drivers to be more careful while crossing swollen rivers during this rainy season.
The bodies that have already been retrieved right now are over 23. We have more bodies in the bus. I am told about 8 people have been saved, and we have also 4 children that have been saved.
The bodies have been airlifted to Mwingi Level 4 Hospital and Kyusu Level 4 Hospital mortuaries. Rescue operations are still ongoing and efforts are being made to retrieve the bus from the river. Reporting for Africa News, this is Ronald Agak.
To mark the International Day of Persons with Disabilities, a fashion show was held in Ivory Coast city of Abidjan on Friday to celebrate the beauty and resilience of people with a disability. The show, entitled Strong in Numbers, was put together by Morgan Foundation, an organization which works to improve the ability and the quality of life for disabled women in Ivory Coast. I feel jubilant because it is not the first time doing this. It's something that I can do because I love doing it. I want to show people and make people understand that we can have something that is different from other people, but that doesn't really differentiate us. Ange Grace Beho, who lost her right arm in a traffic accident, started this Munan Foundation earlier this year to help disabled women and girls to find a place in the society. I had a traffic accident and I found myself with this disability. Afterward, I noticed that there was no young women with disabilities in the field. There were more men and women of a certain age. So I brought my sister together to create a foundation which will really help them without having to wait for state aid, so that they can be independent and take charge of themselves. About 20 women, including wheelchair users and amputees, took to the catwalk sporting looks from local designers. We feel better when we free our spirits to live and be happy. When you look at the lives of others, excuse me, but you won't really give a damn if you are happy and living well. Around the globe, people with disabilities face greater challenges and stigma than non-disabled people. They are less likely to access healthcare, education, employment, and to participate in their communities. Advocates say that disability inclusion is a crucial condition to uphold human rights and to ensure that people with disabilities are not left behind. The Gambia's incumbent President, Madam Barrow, appeared on course for re-election Sunday. A partial result for most districts placed him in the lead after Saturday's crucial pause for the young democracy. Barrow, who ousted the former leader Yaya Jammeh 5 years ago, is well ahead of his main challenger Ousseynou Dabo in results published in the afternoon by the Electoral Commission for almost 40 districts out of 53 nationwide. Nearly 1 million registered voters were expected to drop marbles into one of 6 ballot bins, each adorned with the face and name of a candidate. The candidates include incumbent President Madam Barrow, who defeated Jammeh in 2016 as an opposition leader. Independent Electoral Commission presiding officer Moussambie told journalists that there were no major problems during the vote. The commission chair Aliou Momar Nige said election results will be announced by Monday. All the presidential candidates vow to strengthen the country's tourism-independent economy amid the coronavirus pandemic, so fewer Gambians feel compelled to travel the dangerous migration route to Europe. While the 2016 election that removed Jammeh from power after 22 years saw Gambians go from fear to election, many are still not satisfied with the progress the nation has made. Many Gambians want certainty that the new leader will bring the tiny West African nation of about 2.4 million towards peace and justice.
Mixed reactions have continued to throw the recent announcement by the authorities in Nigeria over mandatory COVID-19 vaccination. Many say the rule is uncivil and unacceptable. Some civil servants in the capital Abuja say they have been stopped 2 to 3 times from entering into their workplaces in December 1st and would not mind staying at home if it continues.
I don't care about affecting my salary. That is why I say if they enforce it, I'm happy to go. But they should pay my money instantly and there will be no problem.
Well, it's a very good decision taken. But the moment, the nature of human beings is when you push them into doing things, they actually kind of revolt. So I would prefer a more friendly approach than this.
Many federal workers have been visiting vaccination centers to get vaccinated since the enforcement began. A legal practitioner says workers have limited option on the issue and have the duty of supporting the community where they reside, as stated in the Constitution.
I think it is right for the government to make policies to be able to regulate that. It's not out of place that the government has taken the step to be able to make such policy as to restrict entrance into such public places, one of which is the government offices.
A female employee says she got vaccinated because she wanted to set a standard for most Nigerians and encourage others to get vaccinated.
I'm encouraging them. It's very easy, it's not painful, it's not even painful as other injection.
The Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria has requested that the government gives them till March next year to enable most workers get a job. Michael Dibia, African News, Abuja, Nigeria.
The current health crisis has revealed the dysfunctional nature of health system in Africa. According to a new report from the Mo Ibrahim Foundation, one of the main challenges facing health system in Africa is lack of data. In some countries, the report further indicated that more than 50% of children in Africa do not have legal existence because they were not registered at birth. Moreover, on the continent, only 10% of deaths are officially registered against 98% in Europe. These low rates pose a problem at a time when countries around the world are meticulously recording people who have died from COVID. According to the report, African countries that have the highest general death rates are also those that have recorded the highest number of COVID cases. Another problem raised by the report is access to healthcare, which is already expensive on the continent. In 2021, only 10% of African countries offered free and universal healthcare to their citizens, and these include Algeria, Botswana, Burkina Faso, Gabon, Mauritius, Namibia, Rwanda, Seychelles, Tunisia, and Zambia. The 5 African countries where public health expenditures is less than 3% of total government spending include Benin, Cameroon, Comoros, Eritrea, and South Sudan. Finally, the report also highlighted a major problem, a brain drain in the medical sector in Africa. The situation is further aggravated by COVID-19, and to reinforce their medical staff, several Western countries have approached several foreign doctors, particularly those from Africa. This is a case of the United States, which at the end of March 2020 recruited over 8,600 Egyptian doctors. Each African country spent between $21,000 to $59,000 to train a doctor. Each year, it is estimated that Africa loses about $2 billion to this brain drain. Likewise, countries such as the United States, the United Kingdom, Australia, and Canada are saving a total of $4.6 billion in training cost from hiring these African-trained doctors. In total, by 2030, Africa will have a shortage of 6.1 million people working in the medical sector.